Welcome to Sentebutto Meditation. This is clip 2. Thanks to all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please click that bell. Thank you in advance. Previously, I asked you, do you know who you are? Do you prefer being called a name rather than your biological name? If so, why? You do not have to answer that right now. Many people may not be able to explain why they prefer being called a certain name rather than that name they were given at birth. You see, when we are born, we do not get to choose our names. We are named. However, we have the liberty to name ourselves whatever we want when we grow up. Therefore, it's okay to go ahead and call your name whatever you prefer, for as long as it makes you happy and for as long as it doesn't upset anyone. You may ask, what name would upset anyone? Well, I have yet to meet anyone who has named themselves Adolf Hitler or Jezebel or any of those names that would raise people's eyebrows. If a parent names a child a name that is historically criticized, it's probably because she has a reason behind it, or perhaps she does not know the meaning or the history behind it. Some people name themselves because of how they feel. This could be related to gender. A person may be born as a woman and they want to be a man, and then they will change their names to suit how they feel. But that's besides my point today. Here is my point. There is power in naming. There is power in your name. You'll probably find that there's a spiritual power behind your name, or a religious power, or an ancestral meaning behind your name. Have you ever found out, or have you ever asked yourself why you were named the name you possess? There is power in naming. Did you know that some names are spiritually influenced? Some people behave exactly like the person they were named after. Isn't it strange how a child would be named after a grandparent, for example, but then this child grows up to look and act exactly like the person they were named after? Now, I don't know if there's any science that can explain this, but to me, I strongly believe that when we die, our spirit does not die. Some spirits dwell around in good peace, but others may dwell with a bad omen, and some names are believed to be the reason some people may suffer. I watched a pastor one day as he was narrating, or let's say giving an insight reading to one of his church followers, and he explained to her that the name she was given, or the woman she was named after, was the cause of all her suffering in life, and that if she didn't change that name, she would never find peace. He went on to explain that this was simply because the spirit was angry. Now, I cannot sit here and explain how this works, but it's rather interesting. Where I come from, they believe that some children may behave a certain way because of what they were named, and it is until their names are changed that they get to calm down and behave like children. Now, I think there's some truth in this because some children have what we call an old soul. Have you met a child who behaves and speaks or even reasons like an adult? Well, there you have it. That's an old soul. My advice to all parents who have a child with an old soul: please pay attention to your child. I find that some parents find it annoying that a child may speak to them in a challenging manner or in a reasoning manner that may challenge your intellect. But please embrace this gift that your child possesses. You never know. Maybe sometimes it's not him speaking. Maybe it's the old soul in them. On the other hand, some spiritual influences are of that person who passed on, but their spirit still watches over us. I know of a friend whose brother's spirit watches over him, and his spirit normally appears through people who bear the same names as the names he possessed when he was still alive. I don't need to explain this to my friend because I know that he already knows this detail. Furthermore, some people's names are purposely for maintaining family legacy. You don't have to believe everything I say, but you may want to do some research about the power of names. Look at the royal family, for example. You may want to learn a thing or two about why they name their babies after their great-grandparents. This is powerful. Why do you think they maintain their legacy through their names? Anyway, I will leave this here today, but I would like you to do some homework about goddess names. Some of you bear names that belonged to goddesses and you don't even know it. Until next time, my name's Nalongo. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time.